Hi and welcome to my channel. I am going to be talking today about my plan to kind of get going on this summer and this spring and this year in general. It is May, what is the day? Where did I put my phone? I think it's May 20th. Anyways, I don't know where my phone went. But, oh, I'm so dumb. I'm literally using my phone to record right now, and I'm like, where's my phone? It's May 20th, and so far this year, I've gone for some walks. I've gone hiking a couple times by myself. I have spent a lot of time with our dog. She's kind of a big dog, so it takes a lot of energy to get her out of energy. So, spent a lot of days with her, and just being out and about, being busy, staying active. On the other hand, I've had a lot of days where I sleep in until noon, take naps in the afternoon if I'm not sleeping in the morning, eating things like pizza, junk food, candy, which are all things good in moderation. But last night we had pizza for dinner. And I had 2 small pieces for lunch today. They were literally like little tiny pieces. But I don't know, like, I just feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again. And yeah, I recently lost like 10 pounds. I'm really psyched about that. But I feel like the biggest thing for me is getting up and getting moving. Making it to the gym, getting out on a walk, doing yoga at home, which I literally haven't done in like 3 months, at least. And, just finding that like inner fire that really gets me going, gets me wanting to move around, gets me wanting to get up and move my body and feel good about myself. Because when I do move, when I am using my muscles and like using my lungs and my heart to get going, like I feel incredible. Like on those days where I'll go for like a mile long walk and then do some weights or, you know, just little exercises like that, like even like the bare minimum, which for me sometimes feels like enough. I am super out of shape right now, but when I move my body, I feel so much better, so much more confident, and just overall, just really healthy and much better about myself in general. Um, and then because like I was going on about with like my diet, with like pizza and cookies, sweets, stuff like that, I don't do that every single day. There are probably like maybe 2 days out of the week, tops 3, where my husband and I, because I share most of my meals with my husband, and he generally likes to be healthy too. But our biggest downfalls are definitely sweets. We have gone out to eat a couple times in the last probably 3 months, but we used to go out to eat like almost every day, like ordering DoorDash or picking up McDonald's or Wendy's or something like that, and both of us were like pretty big. We were much bigger than we've wanted to be in the past, but over the last year we've really cut back on that, and especially in the last like 6 months, I think we've made a huge difference because we're also trying to save money, and eating out and saving money do not go well together. So that's basically what I don't know. I want to get in shape. This is my current bod situation, and I don't feel bad about it, but I am over 200 pounds right now, and I think that I would be much happier in my normal body. I haven't always been overweight, but in the last 10 years, my weight has fluctuated a couple times, more seriously twice in the last, since like, I know I've told this story before, but I'll just kind of like recap on like what has happened with my body since I turned 18. When I was 19, I moved away from home and I moved to the South. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia for a year. And in that time, I kind of discovered that I had a mental health um, disability. And when I returned home after a year, I was not doing so well. I was really stressed out. I was anxious beyond belief, very depressed, all this stuff. And um, I definitely at that point had kind of turned to food as like a stress reliever. But then when I went and saw a doctor for my mental health and they put me on a couple of different kinds of medications for my mental health, my hunger level increased so much. I think I put on like 100 pounds in like a summer. And then I lost almost all of that weight. I was so close to being, I think I did lose all that weight. The first 3 years of being on the medication, I tried really hard to exercise and diet accordingly. Um, in the meantime, I was kind of like binge eating and disclaimer, there will be some mentions of like eating disorders on this channel. So I will be restricting my channel to 18 plus. So I did have some binging eating and I think I was recovering from some sort of anorexic behavior from when I was younger in high school. At this time I was only like 22 years old. So by the time I was 26, um, I had stopped taking my mental health medication with the help from a doctor. But I kind of like relapsed in my mental health. And I ended up going into the hospital again and starting the same medications over again. And when I had just reached my goal of my weight in my body that I really wanted, I put on another 100 pounds in like the span of like 5 weeks. I'm not even kidding. Um, so at that time, I was heavier than I am now. And I was actually not in a bad place. After a lot of treatment and counseling and stuff like that. And that's when I met my husband. And it's crazy that like since we've been together since 2018, we have both gained weight and lost weight and gained weight and lost weight and gained weight and lost weight again. And now we're kind of figuring out like maybe doing the extremes, like, you know, no carbs, high fat, high protein is extreme. It's a lot for people who really love and enjoy food, like genuinely. That is part of our like relationship, honestly. Like we love cooking for each other. We love cooking for other people. We really enjoy just bringing life to our relationship by sharing things we like to eat. And so right now we're all about moderation. Zach has lost 4 pounds in the last year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I feel like before that he was even heavier. And there have been times where he's been heavier in that year that he hasn't logged his weight in the doctor's office. But according to his doctor, since last year, he's lost about 4 pounds. And he looks great. He's so strong. He works really hard at his job. He is a hardworking guy. And it shows when he like flexes like this. It's like amazing. It's so cool. But for me, it's more like I'm at home taking care of our pets, cleaning the house, running errands, doing everything else besides Zach working I do for our relationship. Not exactly. He does a lot too. But like in that sense, like work-wise, like that's my job. And it gives me a lot of opportunity to like snack throughout the day, or which I really don't, honestly. I'm not a big snacker. And if I do, it's usually like fruit or like some crackers and cheese. And I don't eat a lot, but I know my medication. I am on my medication right now. And since being on it, I've realized that losing weight is so difficult. I remember back when I was in college and I was losing weight the first time, my doctor told me someone on the medications that I take, me for example, it would take me 3 times the effort to lose the amount of weight that I want to lose than somebody who's not on my medication. So say I want to lose 30 pounds, and the amount of time it would take Zach to lose 30 pounds, I would only lose 10, which totally makes sense because that's kind of how it's gone for the last like 6 or 7 years of us being together. So, but it's definitely like, it's definitely challenging to accept that I just have to keep working and working and working and working and working, and eventually it'll come off. But what I really want to do today, May 20th, 2025, is declare that I am no longer going to be writing in a journal. Yes, I have a schedule. This is my schedule and my nifty little blue cloud pillow pen. I can definitely write down like what I'm doing throughout the week in here. Here's May. May 4th was when I start. That's crazy. I just turned to this page. May 4th. It says, I'm quitting nicotine. I want to start going to the gym as much as possible. I need to start bringing Gabby for walks too. Being more productive with my day is going to make me happier, and I'll start feeling a lot better about myself. To be continued in my notebook. And it's so funny because I haven't written a single thing since then. But I have been really active. And I feel really good. And I have quit nicotine. I have like 3 more weeks on my last level of nicotine patches. And I was vaping before. I quit smoking cigarettes like years ago. Like 4 or 5 years ago. But I did vape a little bit for a couple years. Is this May still? May, Sunday. That's crazy. It's almost been a whole month since I quit smoking again. Or vaping, I mean. So that's pretty nifty. And I have been totally going for walks, going to the gym, taking out Gabby, being more productive. I have made a point to do all those things. So I know I'm on the right track. It's just, and I have lost 10 pounds in the last month too. So I think I'm really onto something. But I think I jumped on here because I was feeling really bad about eating those 2 pieces of pizza after having pizza last night. I have crazy guilt issues with eating. It used to be way worse. Now I don't really hold myself like in a jail cell because I had a piece of pizza for lunch. But I've come a super long way with my views on wellness and health. I used to be very, very, very strict and very restrictive. And just generally not healthy. I was a lot smaller, but I was not healthy. I was vegetarian and just kind of went overboard with that a couple of times in my life, honestly. But I am really happy to see the results that I'm showing just in the last 16 days, honestly. I feel fantastic. I think I quit vaping actually this last time around before the 4th because I already used a whole month of, let's see. Let's do the math here. If today is the 20th, let's see, 7, 14, 7, 14, 21. 21, 28. So I quit around the 15th of April, generally. I didn't write anything down. You know, I barely used this planner since getting it. I don't even know what, I think I picked it up at the beginning of the year, obviously. But, I think I've written like 3, whose birthday was that? My birthday. It'll probably have Zach's birthday, doctor's appointment. Dentist appointment, just little things. I see the first few days I wrote in it. I wrote quite a bit, but I would like to get back into using my planner, just being more organized with myself. I think writing lists of things to do every day will be helpful to actually getting things done. For me, it's like, because of my mental health, it's like I have days where I get everything done a million times an hour. Clean everything twice. And then there are days like today, I didn't wake up until 11:30. I did get up this morning and brought my husband to work at like 6:30. I was home by 8. And then got back into bed. Didn't get up till 11 or 11:30. It was probably like 11:15, I think, when I woke up. Got up, hung out for a little bit, and then had some lunch. And now I'm doing this because I want to be held accountable by myself, not only in my videos, but knowing that I made this video to hold myself accountable. So, if I could tell myself one thing to do in the next month, it would be to move my body more. Move my body more and I'll be happier. I did make an appointment for this Thursday to swim laps at my gym, because I want to start swimming and walking this summer. I think that's going to be like my main core of exercise. And it's going to be for 2 p.m. to 2:45 p.m. Alright. So that's my first time logging something for the gym. Until now, I just either walked around the track or, excuse me, I've got some burps. I've either walked laps around the track, or lifted weights, or used the treadmill. But I really want to start getting in some good cardio, and I know swimming is really good for your muscles too. So I'm not really huge into weightlifting, but, just personal preference. I'm more of a cardio girly. I always have been. I know it doesn't show right now, but back in the day, was a cardio yoga girly. So I would like to start doing yoga too, which sounds really nice. So maybe I'll do that. I really don't feel good today. I'm like PMSing really hard right now. TMI, I know, but like it's girl stuff. So, PMSing super hard. My stomach feels like it weighs like an extra like 20 pounds. And I'm just like not in the mood to do anything but want to go to sleep and eat some chocolate. So, I am gonna get off here. I think I made this video long enough and I've definitely made my point. So, love you guys and I'll talk soon.